the Turning Point Trump Swallowers Super Weenie Hut Jr. Safe Space Halftime Show, live from Epstein's Island. Headlined by the most streamed artist on the sex offender registry, Kid Kidney Stone. All right, give this man his flowers. Right, he's gone triple platinum and parole violations. The official halftime show for guys who can't attend the real halftime show because it's less than 100 yards away from a school. And you can check that on Google Maps. It was about time. We had a Super Bowl halftime show by pedophiles for pedophiles.
Yeah.
Featuring a very special halftime performance by the Charlie Kirk hologram, furiously master debating on stage. I'm glad you got to see him before Erica, kirked him again. That's Candace Owens' words, not mine. Can't sue me over that.
He said it.
And I know you Merca-hating trans terrorists are going to disagree, but this was a 66 out of 6 show, y'all. Like, no notes. Like, I can't believe Erica spent 47 minutes on stage, reciting the demonic resurrection chant from Child's Play to revive Chucky Kirk. I did not think Satan was real, all right, till I heard Erica mouth foaming, including and not including gang violence in Latin. Terrifying shit. Just resurrected his orthodontically challenged ass. And then, of course, had him furiously master debate in front of 12 Turning Point pedophiles for 5 minutes before kirking him again. Speaking of crack rocks, taxidermied, anemic Hulk Hogan looking ass.
Oh, God. No trigger warning, Jesus.
He was no trigger warning. He was also revived by Erica Kirk.
Yeah, with the GOP-1.
With a GOP-1.
Pedophile song.
Did you say GOP-1?
And when I say revived, I mean like they literally just brought him down from the wall at Cracker Barrel. And then they
taxidermy wall.
Yeah, and then they administered the GLP-1, shot him up with ivermectin, forced them to butt chug, biscuits and gravy, and
oh my God,
got him out there.
They must have been really disappointed that he didn't sing his pedophile song.
I know, right? Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't just loop that for 30 minutes.
Hold
on. Bia says the GOP-1.
That's good.
Oh, they need one, but instead of staving off your hunger signals, it just like makes them not attracted to kids for 30 minutes. Fucking perverts. That's the GOP-1.
There's a strong rumor that everybody who attended the concert, as they were leaving, they were all walking up going, "Do I get my court card signed here? Are you the one?" Yeah. I could have went to an AA meeting and got it signed, but they said if I came here.
Whatever red state they filmed that shit in, it probably counts as community service.
Oh, yeah, I heard it was Arizona.
Free presidential pardon if you attend.
Give you $50 like watching the Melania movie.
Free ticket? What was that? Free tickets to the Melania movie?
You have to get $50 to watch it. And you can't leave your seat.
Did these people not suffer enough? Having to watch Kid Rock. You want to send them to Gitmo 2 to watch Melania? That's the worst part of being in the cult. Honestly, having to pretend that the 5 Republican artists aren't total dog shit. Like God. Yeah, I fucking love Kid Rock. And the guy Tony was talking about, was some guy they brought out that was like singing about kissing his fish or some shit. Did you guys see that? The fuck was that?
Fish. Yeah, and I'm going, man, you think trans people are weird? You're a fish kisser.
Yeah.
Was that just because they had to do like if they were trying to put this on TV, you had to do like the radio edit, and the usual lyric is like, "I just want to kiss my kids." He's attracted to his own kids. He's like, "I'm gonna change it to fish for the Turning Point broadcast."
That makes it better.
John in the chat says, "How much did they pay the attendees? $200 each, and the free GOP one."
They got their court card signed. They got $200. They got an official Christy Nome blankie and 2 tickets to see Melania. Or Moana. Either
It's
one.
like the basket at the end of the awards. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you stay for the whole show, Pam Bunny will redact your name in the Epstein files.
Yeah. And you get a bottle of Diddy oil.
Oh, anywho, so yeah, they brought Kid Rock down from the fucking, oh my God, the picture. That's a double.
Again.
Put it
Trigger
away.
warning.
After the first time, I was like, I'll make sure to give him a trigger warning before I pull up this picture again. But here we are.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight.
They bring him down from the wall and shoot him up, full of ivermectin, GOP1. Just long enough for him to go on stage and not like molest any kids while he's up there. Giving him the life force, to lip sync for exactly 47 seconds.
Oh my God.
Before dropping dead and shitting himself while attempting to phonetically pronounce statutory. And I don't blame him. That is a hard word to say, I'll be honest with you. And then I guess Erica came out again. Fresh off kirking her husband for the second time to close the show. Or at least I thought that was Erica. Everybody looks the same at these things.
Who is
and it's no, that's actually What the fuck is his name? Grabby Bigot. She's from American Idol. A couple years ago, Grabby Bigot. I think she was a 7th runner-up on American Idol. Historic career. Mary says statutory is harder to say than Rodriguez. That is very true. That's very true. But yeah, she came out, she closed out the show, performed music she knows her audience, right? MAGA moms who have all American mama bear in their Facebook bios, but no custody. They were turning up for this.
To be honest with you, I've always thought halftime shows were silly. I don't think I've sat through a halftime show. I don't know anybody who watches them. Everybody gets up, you go get chips, you go get dip. If you're like me, you go and you try to pee for 15 minutes. Then you go back and you watch the game. It's just a break.
Did you say you don't know anybody that watches a halftime show? Are you insane? Are you literally insane?
Football, waiting for the halftime show.
That's the only part I watch. The fucking.
All I'm saying is I never watched it. I mean, when I was 20 years ago, to go, Justin Timberlake. Oh yeah, I'm sitting down for that.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'm not gonna stick around for Timberlake.
Well, Kendrick Lamar and Bad Bunny. I didn't even go to a Super Bowl party. I wanted to hear it. I wanted to see it.
Don't want anybody talking over it.
Yeah. I didn't watch Shakira and whoever. This was the first time I watched a Super Bowl halftime show in about 25 years.
That is actually insane. You didn't even watch Michael Jackson?
No.
You didn't watch Kendrick?
You are a cultural criminal. That is unbelievable.
I was getting some chips.
How do you ban somebody from a Zoom meeting?
I
figure this out.
Better find out quick.
All I'm saying.
Oh my goodness!
I can't fucking believe this. Seen a show in 25 years. What?
Why would I watch the halftime show?
What about Prince? You didn't watch Prince?
No, I don't watch the halftime show. It's when you get up. It's when you take a bathroom break. It's
Tom
when you
Petty?
Huh?
Not even Tom Petty?
I saw Tom Petty live twice. Why do I want to look at him?
Look,
out in the middle of a fucking.
I thought The Who was good in 2006.
Tony's watched the Super Bowl so long, he didn't even see Up with People. So.
No, I was just looking this up. Tony was lying. He said he watched the first one. The very first show that Tony watched his live was, I literally just Googled this. It was the Sermon on the Mount. Tony was there in person.
Back when they just called it the Testament.
Well, you got to understand, I was raised Catholic, so oftentimes I got my sermons mounted. But
Oh my God.
Wah, wah, wah.
If I knew how to ban
God.
people from a Zoom meeting.
He was
And that's, offensive, but not as offensive as saying he hasn't watched the halftime show in 25 fucking years.
It was just so annoying how they kept playing football and delaying the
Right?
I was like, stop playing football and bring out Bad Bunny already.
It was super annoying.
The first 3 quarters weren't really football, so yeah.
here's the point I was trying to make before
We are done with your points, Tony.
my own pride turned on me. That because of all the controversy, I actually watched the halftime show. And I think a lot of people who actually like football and don't watch halftime shows because they got like phones and you can look up these performances whenever the hell you want, watch the halftime show. And I thought it was a good halftime show. That Lady Gaga was in it. You know her, right?
Lady, what the fuck did you call her? I did get down to her salsa performance. That was sick.
They had somebody get married. It would have been better in the MAGA face if it was a gay marriage, though.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
They could have gotten somebody in San Francisco. Believe me, there was plenty of.
Yeah,
I mean, rub it in a little bit.
They did have during one of the scenes within
Yes.
the halftime show. There was two guys grinding on each other, and that was like the one thing the MAGA's watching noticed because it's just
They got all excited.
because their little antennas went up like this.
They went arriba.
They loved it.
That's why they didn't want to watch it because they're watching with their MAGA families. They're like, what do you think is going to happen when they turn to grandma and grandma just sees you, open carrying without a permit like that.
What did you call it? Their Hitler salute? Their pelvic Hitler salute?
Yeah, when your grandpa just sees you sitting there with your little Proud Boys seaguiling. It's like he'll buckshot you on the spot.
Your conejito.
your little bad conejito.
I thought it was an enjoyable program of entertainment. That's all I was trying to say.
Well,
I like a good defensive football game, and that was a great defensive football game.
Yeah. Well, you were raised Catholic, Tony. Your penance is to watch the Bad Bunny show 37 times.
I watched it already.
Yeah, 25 times at least. You got to rewatch it to make up for your lost time.
I saw Ricky Martin live, so I don't have to watch him in a bunch of corn.
I've seen Ricky Martin live. He was awesome in the Super Bowl.
I thought he was great. I went to the Grammys one year. He was one of the performers.
Wow, Tony going full MAGA now. He's like, I'm not racist. I've seen a brown performer live before.
In corn.
I've seen one brown performer.
Some of my best friends are brown performers.
Come on, there you go. I just realized I just held up a white piece of paper. I can't win.
The Family Guy chart.
Don't you have a brown piece of paper at least to hold up?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, it just keeps getting worse and worse.
Don't we have a couple of the blocks to get to now?
But no, I mean it's just like Jesus Christ. Like, did they really need a whole fucking alternative halftime show just to hide from Bad Bunny? By the way, that's where the balloon picture. That was the inspiration for the balloon picture. That is him actually being carried by other Puerto Ricans across our southern border to commit terrorism. It's crazy how they're able to do that now. They just threw him right across, and next thing you know, they're like, we got a Mexican cartel drone coming over the border. But this dude is like Medusa for conservatives. They can't look him in his beautiful brown eyes, or they'll turn rock hard. Wieners up, grinder servers down at the Super Weenie Hut Juniors halftime show. I also thought it was pretty weird, like, they kept calling it alternative halftime show. Like, guys, really? After all the shit they talk about, this stuff, like
the universe they were in, or
yeah, like it sounds pretty like, halftime non-conforming. Maybe these Cracker Barrel cocks just need a little conversion therapy so they could stop identifying as Trump swallowers and be able to handle the real halftime show. Also, did anyone tell these losers, having a fucking MAGA meltdown about the Bad Bunny show? Anybody tell them that the Dow is over 50,000? The fuck are they bitching about? Clearly, nobody told Republican Congressman Andy Ogles, seen here ogling some kids at a birthday party before shooting down their birthday balloon. Nobody told him that the S&P is at almost 7,000 because he's calling for a probe of all things. He's calling for a probe into the NFL over this indecent Bad Bunny halftime show. And Andy has promised to mobilize every resource available to investigate how Bad Bunny gave him such a throbbing, life-threatening boner against his will. You gotta wonder, why the Bonito Bowl was the worst thing that's ever happened to, Trump swallowers. Because it really felt that way. They couldn't shut the fuck up about it. And I think it's just because, to everybody, most reasonable people across the country, it's, it's a beautiful reminder. Okay, seguimos aquí, we're here to stay. But to MAGAs, this was really a godless, unlubed ideological fisting. That's how they felt on the inside, just raw dogged by diversity, right? DP'd by multiculturalism, jackhammered by inclusion. And they just had to, they all said they were going to watch it, but they fucking did. The alternative show had like 1 million bots watching it, which isn't even like people just like trying to make Turning Point look bad. This has been verified. They had the live player on YouTube. There's a chat box in there when you premiere a video like that. And the alternative show had 1 million live concurrent viewers, and there was literally 3 people in the chat leaving comments. It was literally just botted to shit just to make it not look pathetic, because even fucking Trump was watching Bad Bunny. You couldn't even get that fucking minor-loving Mango Fog to watch the Pedopalooza show. Nobody watched that guy kiss his fish. Nobody. So they watched it, and they had to sit there helplessly as Benito ran a goddamn Latin American train on their Confederate snowflake asses. But here's the key. I think Bad Bunny is just a real painful reminder to them that for a brief moment they did have and then lost cultural dominance. Even for a brief moment in time, because politics is downstream from culture, right? So even with these motherfuckers in power, with all the power in the world, they've managed to do like exactly jack fuck with it. Like all the goddamn power in the world, they can't get anybody to like them or get anybody to watch the fucking Pedopalooza show aside from the bots. Whatever QAnon's Got Talent bullshit they had going on over there. Like these electoral college dropouts, they won one election, and for 15 minutes they're like, the national anthem's going to be rewritten to fuck brown people. So they've been acting since November of the prior November. Like that was their cup of coffee, in the big time. Like they'll be reliving that till the day they die, like a high school quarterback, 40 years later, like, oh, back in the day, I could throw that pigskin a quarter mile, tell you what. Like, just going to be sitting there, gargling biscuits and gravy and ivermectin by themselves during brunch at Cracker Barrel. It's like, seriously, there are Trump plus 20 districts that are swinging Democrat, like 60 goddamn points. I think it was a Texas state House seat. Literally 60-point turn. It's fucking, I can't even describe to you how fucking cooked MAGA is. And, that's obviously not to say that they're not committing insane fucking atrocities, but I think they know they have an expiration date. And I think they know now that all they can do is just sit there, with their ivermectin rage boner and just fucking just watch the Great Replacement happen in real time. Hey, imagine sitting there if you're a MAGA and you're watching that very last part of the Bad Bunny performance where all the brown people are rushing the screen with different flags. It's like, I talked about War of the Worlds earlier. That was their War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Being fucking invaded by all these Latin Americans.
They're coming through the screen.
and then, Bad Bunny ends a performance by he spikes a football, and what did he say? Death to America? Oh, that's what they heard, right?